Why, hello there everyone, I'm Laxow, aka the Kumo Sensei, and today I'm going to make it very simple. I'm going to show you some of my collection, and basically the things I've bred and produced, and the things that I'm stuck with. And yes, there are some tarantulas I've bred, and I'm currently still stuck with them. So I'm going to tell you with some captions and whatnot, while I do my, my typical commentary, so let's not waste any time and let's get straight into it. So the first thing you've seen was my Stromatopelma calceatums, and as you can see I'm stuck with a lot of them. And now you're seeing my Poecilotheria striatas, the Mysore ornamentals, and the ones that didn't sell, all of these will probably be holdbacks for future breeders because at their current size they're pretty much subadults, so I may keep them, I may sell them, it will depend honestly. But if I do add these to my collection, then basically I'm going to have more future breeders, I guess. I really don't know. These females, I do already have like 7 of them, or 8 adult females, so I'm guessing adding more wouldn't really hurt. But at the same time, I don't really need more females. And I tried to sell these, but they didn't sell too well, so I'm pretty much stuck with these. But that's okay with me, honestly, because I don't really mind this species. So all of these here that you're seeing right now, this entire stack of 32-ounce deli cups and whatnot, all of these are pretty much Harpactira pulchripes that I'm keeping as holdbacks, which you've seen on this channel already. And I'm going to be honest, everyone, I have not been sexing these. I know that sounds kind of strange, but the reason why is because I have so many, and not just many as in specimens, but I have a lot of tarantulas in general. So keeping up with their molts and whatnots has been pretty tricky, but when I can get a molt, I try to sex them, but most of the times, by the time I can get it, typically they're already pretty much teared it up, or it's pretty much impossible to use to sex them. And the ones that are sexed are either mature males, or ones that I got lucky enough to get a good molt. So I'd say around only a third of these are probably sexed. The other 2/3 are yet to be sexed, and I'm hoping for more females. But either way though, every single one of these will be for future breeders in my collection, and hopefully I'll be able to breed these. So I know that a lot of people say that I have a lot of tarantulas, but honestly, in terms of a tarantula breeder, this is pretty much nothing compared to the bigger breeders. Because for those who have actually seen a tarantula breeding collection, it is way more than what I have. Now I will show you some of my females of my Poecilotheria striatas, my adult females. And as you can see here, pretty much these are all my females. Well, actually some of my females. Yeah, I have quite a bit of females. So these have been bred, but I'm still waiting for X-Ax. Now, just because you're bred a tarantula doesn't mean it's a guarantee, everyone. You kind of had to wait and see long term to see if they actually produce an X-Sac, and then you had to get a good sac, and then you got to get slings, and then it's considered a successful breeding. But until then, I can't really make any judgment calls. It's really it's really a gamble, honestly. It's also very hard for me to get a good recording of these adult females because these females are very sensitive to vibrations and to light. So if I open their enclosures, they go into hiding, and if I shine the light too long on them, they tend to just get really finicky and they go into hiding as well. So honestly, this is the best way I can record them. So I hope you don't mind that. But I hope everyone finds this stuff pretty interesting because this is pretty much what we would call a tarantula breeding rack, you could say. You know, pretty much like how ball python breeders have their own version of racks. Us tarantula breeders have our way of doing things, and pretty much this is how we do it. It's pretty simple, cheap, and like it gets the job done. Now there's very few tarantula breeders that actually show their collection or show how they breed tarantulas because they're kind of secretive about it. I don't know why, but yeah, what you're seeing is how I keep my females and how I do things, which is the point of this entire channel, is for me to show you guys the way I do things as a tarantula breeder. Now I do appreciate my viewers for watching my videos, but I have to say, I find it kind of strange when my viewers try to offer me advice about breeding, and I don't have a problem with that necessarily. It's just the fact that I'm so good at what I do, I don't really need the advice because I know what I'm doing. And it's kind of strange. It's kind of like, I think the best way to put it is like telling a surgeon how to do a surgery while the surgeon is a professional at what they do. Don't worry everyone, I still appreciate the advice, but I think I'm good. If anything, I think everyone should be learning from me or try to learn some things here and there. My channel is very laid back, so yeah, just sit back, relax, and try to learn a few things here and there for tarantula breeding. To be honest, it does kind of upsets me sometimes when people don't acknowledge my work, because what my channel offers is pretty much a different perspective, a different take, and a different outlook on tarantulas. Because what I offer is not just your typical tarantula feeding videos and whatnot, but what I want to do is to show everyone the actual tarantula breeding, the process and whatnot. And I'm not like most tarantula breeders because I don't really like to sugarcoat things. I just kind of tell it how it is, so take it or leave it, I guess. And I said this before and I'll say it again. I am an acknowledged tarantula breeder. Even though I'm not the famous tarantula breeders, at least I was acknowledged as a tarantula breeder through my works. And man, it's pretty hard to be acknowledged, to be honest. I think what everyone needs to be acknowledged as a tarantula breeder is to actually have experience and actual proof that you bred and produced this species. And for those who don't believe that I'm an acknowledged tarantula breeder, please, you can watch my tarantula breeding videos, my egg sac openings, and pretty much my baby separations and whatnot. And my males do come out alive, which is pretty much the biggest problem I have with a lot of tarantula breeding videos. If you're a good tarantula breeder, your males will most of the time come out alive. And I am sick and tired of seeing males being eaten. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Males getting eaten means either inexperienced breeder, or bad male, or very hungry female. And if you're good at what you do, then pretty much most of this stuff shouldn't be a problem. But anyhow though, I digress. But anyhow though, I really hope that everyone is enjoying seeing, some of my collections and what I've produced, and what I kept and whatnot. And I really want to say this for those who are coming to tarantula breeding. Tarantula breeding is only 50% of the work. The other 50% is the tarantula market, and it is absolutely brutal. Maybe I'll give you some tips someday, but for now, I'm pretty much gonna call it here. And with that everyone, I'm Laxow, aka the Kumo Sensei. I upload every single Friday, and please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, and stay updated to my content that I post on the channel. I upload every single Friday. And please feel free to follow me on my IG and my Twitter. And with that, stay lax and Laxow out from the Kumo Sensei.